$305.98. That's how much money I made my first month monetized on YouTube, and I think you can make the same. I'm gonna give you some tips how to do that. I'm just an average guy. I don't have a fancy setup. I'm not the most attractive guy in the world. I'm losing a lot of hair. My house is messy. I'm not a millionaire. I don't have 6 figures in the bank. I don't have an awesome personality. I could go on and on. But my point is, I'm an average guy. I think the things that I've learned on YouTube are things that can be replicated, things that you can do too. So I want to show you exactly how I made $305.98, my very first month monetized on YouTube, and give you some tips as to how you can do the same thing, and maybe even make more than that your first month. Let's look at the numbers. So as you can see here, my very first monetized on YouTube, I made $305.98. I was notified that I was monetized the last day of February, so the first day of March was the first day I was able to earn anything from YouTube. And as you can see, my first day, I made $5.18. I was happy about that, I really was. My first thought was, if I can make $5 a day for a whole month, that's $150. Man, for the first month, I thought I was gonna make pennies. I ended up making $5 the first day. I was happy about that. And that kind of continued for several days, about $5, $6. Some days a little bit more, some days a little bit less. And then one day, look at that, March 13th, I made $34. Man, I was so excited. It turned out one of my videos kind of blew up, and another video that same day, for some reason, had a really high CPM. And I never did figure out why. After that, it kind of came back down, but it still stayed a little bit higher. And that's kind of what I see a lot of times, is that it kind of plateaus for a while, and then something happens, and then the new high is higher than the old high, if that makes sense. And it kind of stayed there for a while, and then it came down a little bit lower to $7 or $8. But man, I was really happy about that. I thought if it can stay here or even kind of just gradually grow from there, that's awesome. So I was really happy my first month monetized on YouTube, $305.98. If you'll subscribe, I'll show you next time what the next month was, and then the next month, and then so on. I've been monetized for 6 months now. And I will say that September, the current month, is gonna blow March out of the water. Man, I can't wait for you to see it. So I have 3 tips for you real quick. Number 1, make a plan. I think the most important thing that you can do to make money on YouTube is simply to make a plan. I think a lot of people overlook this. I think in the rush to start making videos, which is good, they haven't sat down to think where they want to be in a year, where they want to be in 2 years. Make some realistic goals. Now, I actually went so far as to month by month say how much I wanted to be making on YouTube. Make goals that work for you. My goals might seem unrealistic to you, and honestly, they seem a little unrealistic to me too. but I simply looked at my data and made goals that I thought were unrealistically achievable, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't make sense. What I mean was, I wanted goals that were hard to reach, and yet goals that made sense based on the data that I was seeing. So when I looked at my channel, I made the goal right away that I wanted to be monetized within 1 year. I ended up being monetized within 10 months, which was just a little bit ahead of schedule. But by having that goal, it was something to shoot toward. And I broke it down as well. Being monetized in 1 year meant that I needed to get 1,000 subscribers in 1 year. That means you want to get a certain number of subscribers every month and even every week leading up to that year. The same is true about the watch hours. Divide and conquer. Based on your goal about when you want to get monetized, try your hardest to get the watch hours on a daily basis leading up to that goal. You need 4,000 watch hours in the last 365 days in order to be monetized, in addition to that 1,000 subscribers. So make goals that'll get you there. Listen, I'm not a YouTube expert. I'm not a YouTube guru. I've had YouTube channels in the past, but this is the first channel that got monetized. The channel that I'm talking about isn't this channel. It's a different channel. But it didn't make sense for me to make a video for that channel because this kind of content doesn't make sense on that kind of channel. So it's a family vlog. Now there are certain unique things about my family that I think made it grow a little faster than the average family vlog, but there wasn't anything that I did that was extraordinary. I think the results that I saw are attainable. I think that anybody can do it. I'm just an average guy. Here's the plan that I made. Now you might laugh at this plan because honestly, it is crazy. It's crazy. I'm going to admit it. But I think it's good to have lofty goals that you can shoot towards, that you can work towards. So my goal, growth-wise, is to grow 5 times per year. 5 times per year. And the way that I came up with that is that I looked at my first year on YouTube, basically. And I thought, can I grow 5 times every year? And I thought, I did my first year, maybe I can my second year as well. So that's my goal. My goal is to grow 5 times per year. And I break that down even further, and that's about 14.3% per month. So even though I have a big goal, 5 times, I break it down and say, that just means I need to grow 14% a month. That sounds a lot more doable. Now, I don't do that every single month. Some months are the same as the previous month, but it averages out. I try to grow on average about 14% per month in order to grow 5 times per year. If I can grow 5 times per year in views, logically, that means about 5 times more revenue every year as well. So that's important when you start looking at all these other numbers. So if I can make $150 per month my first few months, can I make 5 times more of that a year from now? And that's a big question, but mathematically it makes sense, right? I deal with numbers. I love looking at numbers, and if I can make things work with numbers, then I can convince myself that something's worth doing. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm just an average guy, but so far it's working. I sound crazy, I know. And if you start talking like this with your family, you'll sound crazy too. But I do have a little secret though. I've just about got my wife convinced that this works. So keep that in mind. All that being said, maybe all these numbers don't really make sense to you. Find a system that works for you. Just make a plan. That's the important thing. And maybe your first month monetized will do even better than mine. So number 1, make a plan. Number 2, be consistent. In order for your plan to work, you got to work the plan. I really like Sean over at Think Media. He says, kick fear in the face and start before you're ready. You got to be consistent. You're not going to improve in YouTube unless you consistently put out videos, whatever your schedule is. At first, my schedule was 6 videos a week. I was making a video every single day and uploading that video every single day. That proved to be not sustainable. So I had to change my plan. I had to make a plan that was sustainable. So I cut back to 3 videos a week, and that was doable. With 3 videos a week, I actually increased the quality of each video, and each video got more views, which made up for less videos. So whatever your plan is, you got to be consistent. You got to be improving, but make a plan and be consistent. I had a third one, but I forgot what it was. See, I'm just an average guy. Make a plan, be consistent. I think we're just going to leave it there with 2. But subscribe. Subscribe, and maybe I'll get to that third one. So I remembered what the third one was. Number 3, don't be afraid of making mistakes, which I guess fits perfectly with the rest of my video. But basically, if you're just starting out, and even if you're not just starting out, even if you've been doing this for a while, it's okay to make mistakes. In fact, sometimes the mistakes help your channel to grow because people see that you're human. So I just wanted to throw that in there. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. All right, back to the video. These are things that you can find with your own channel as well. Start now, start before you're ready. Like Sean says, kick fear in the face. That's good advice. But make a plan and be consistent and subscribe. All right. Because right now this channel doesn't have any subscribers. And you can tell from this video right now that I really don't know what I'm doing. So if I can do it, anybody can.